Hello, Endo Warrior Goddesses. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. If you are new to my channel, my name is Bailey M. Bain. I am a spiritual entrepreneur as well as a yoga and meditation instructor. And if you haven't guessed, I am also an Endo Warrior Goddess. I have endometriosis and was diagnosed through a laparoscopy back in April of this year, 2021. And so this is my third period post-op, and I want to take you through my day-to-day journey through that, since my day-to-day journey through my endo cycle before my surgery had such a big hit. I wanted to show you what it looks like after. Before we get into this week's video, I just wanted to remind you about the Endo Warrior Goddess community, our safe online space to connect with fellow Endo Warrior Goddesses. And we focus in this group on more than just the physical side of healing, but I share resources every week about the emotional, mental, and spiritual side of healing as well. We go into a lot of the energetics of the womb space and alternative healing options. So I'm giving more in-depth and more personalized and interactive resources to pursue in the community. So don't forget to check that out. The information is in the description below. I hope to see you inside. Before we get into today's video, I just wanted to ask you, those of you who experienced endometriosis and who have had your laparoscopy done or who are awaiting your laparoscopy, those of you who already had it done, what your cycle symptoms are like now. Did you notice any improvements after your surgery? And if you are someone who has not yet, let me know in the comments below if you have any future plans for having your surgery done, or where you are at on your journey. I would love to just get to know you a little bit more and where we're all at on our journeys. So it's so beautiful getting to know all of you. Again, thank you so much for being here. Today is day one of my third cycle post-op, post-laparoscopy, post-DNC, all of that good stuff. Yesterday, I actually had acupuncture and my first pelvic floor physical therapy session. So we were able to work through a couple of things, and I have some things to work through now when I am experiencing pain, which I am experiencing pain now. So today and this morning I actually started my cycle, and I didn't even honestly realize that it had happened. I just kind of felt like, am I bleeding? And I went into the bathroom and I said, I'm bleeding. I didn't feel that happen, which is very good. I mean, before, the cramps would just kind of take me out beforehand, and I knew it was coming because I was in pain before it happened. Now it took a little longer, like 45 minutes to an hour, and the pain is kind of set in, and it's just very slowly, gradually building. It's very sharp. I have very sharp cramps in the front of my uterus and in my low back, and my emotions are wild, and I know that my hormones are too. So I'm having some really unusual symptoms that I know are hormonal. The first being that I have what is called the linea nigra. It is the pregnancy line from my belly button all the way down. It's like this dark discolored line. I'm not pregnant, and I'm bleeding now, so I really don't know why I have that line there. It's got to be a hormone change of some sort. I'm just trying to figure out what the hormone is that causes that. So if any of you have experienced that pregnancy line without being pregnant, let me know in the comments below. I'm super curious. Let me know if you figured it out, because I just have no idea what this is. The other's hair growth. I've got little belly hairs that usually weren't there before. And then my emotions are just freaking wild. I woke up this morning, just everything in the world was making me angry. And I kind of talked about this. I'm somebody who practices mindfulness and yoga and meditation, and that doesn't negate my experience as a human being experiencing negative emotions, experiencing anger, experiencing sadness, anxiety, depression. Just because I practice yoga and meditation doesn't mean that I can't experience those emotions. It just gives me a toolbox to use to integrate those emotions when those emotions come up. I can't stress that enough. Every person, no matter what your lifestyle looks like, is going to experience those emotions, but when you do implement these self-care practices, it does lessen the blow. Like, in the past, I would have taken that feeling and exploded it out into a whole day, a whole week, a whole month, and let that ruin my experience. But it gives you the tools to work through it in a healthy way, like through the breath and through movement and through like positive self-talk, and so that you can work through that emotion and let it come and let it go and not hold on to it and then let it just ruin everything else around you in a big downward spiral. So that's kind of why I love my self-care practice, and it helps me a lot in these situations. So yeah, I woke up this morning feeling those negative emotions, and you wouldn't know it now by looking at me and speaking with me, because I don't really feel that anymore right now. And like I said, I did a very extensive practice this morning and it wasn't even that extensive. I didn't feel like, I was like, I was just thinking, I'm so angry, I don't feel like doing a big long yoga practice. I literally did a 10-minute practice that just let me move through some of that stagnant energy. I did a 5-minute meditation to breathe through that. And then I recited my affirmations, did my daily prayer, and I wrote in my journal about how I was feeling with those angry emotions and what triggered it. And then laying in the sunshine doing that, I just felt like I was over it. I just felt like I got it out of my system. I let it fester. I let myself breathe through it, and I let it go. So I talked about this too, is that just because we have a day on this journey doing our self-care practices that doesn't feel great, it doesn't mean that we have thrown away all of our progress. It means that we're growing, and it's just a little bump in the journey. It doesn't mean that we regress. It just means we hit a bump and we keep going, right? That's all. So I will check in with you as I feel symptoms probably tomorrow and let you know how the rest of today goes. But I love you all. Thank you all for being here for me. I just can't express to you how much your support means. Hello, beautiful people. I don't have my glasses on. They're downstairs. I gotta go get those in a second. But I just wanted to check in regarding the rest of yesterday, which was day 1 of my 3rd cycle post-op. Today's day 2. I'm still in a lot of pain. I don't think it's as bad as the second one. And it could be because of the things that I've been doing with pelvic floor physical therapy and acupuncture, but I'm definitely still in a great deal of pain. And I didn't expect it to be totally fine and normal, considering this is the first time that I am having a cycle since I'm starting these therapy options. So I'm hoping that once I continue to do these more and get more into these motions and exercises and therapies, that they start to make a difference. But for the rest of yesterday and this morning, I've been using heat and like heating pads, and then those little sticky hot pad like patches that are super great. So I have one for my back and then one for my abdomen, and I love those when you have to go on the go because they just stick right to your skin or the inside of your clothing, and they work just as good as a heating pad. It's like those hand warmers that you get in the winter. I don't know if anyone else is, I'm from Michigan, so we get a lot of snow here. It gets very cold in the winters. So we have hand and foot warmers that we just kind of frequently use in the winter time. So it's similar to that, but they're for heat therapy, and I love those things. But between using those, when I was using those and those things were a lifesaver, I felt a little unsettled. Like I had an unsettled stomach last night. I wasn't nauseous to the extent and effect that I usually am when I get this way, so that's good. Like it's still helping with the nausea. My hormones are still doing some weird stuff though, so I'm excited to get on a new vitamin regimen and start to work out regulating those hormones. I had a couple recommendations given to me for cramps. One was cramp bark. It's like a tincture that you can use, and it's supposed to be very efficient and helpful with cramping. I haven't invested in that yet. It's not that expensive. I just have to go out and get it. I just learned about it yesterday, and I haven't really gone anywhere to get it yet. So I want to try that. And then this morning I was, I'm very good at listening to my body. So every single morning I do a self-care practice, and that usually includes a yoga practice, a meditation. I usually I recite my affirmations, I journal a little bit, and then I pray or, kind of speak to my spirit guides, whatever, resonates most with you. This morning I didn't feel like doing a yoga practice, like a full yoga practice. My body just really didn't feel like moving in that way, but I do feel very tight in a few different areas. So I did a few stretches, just gentle stretches to get my body moving and stretch out some of the tense and tight areas that I have going on. Nothing too crazy, just honoring my body and what it needed. And then I did a seated meditation today. I usually lay down for my meditations, but today just that gravitational flow felt nice to sit up. And I actually did some of my exercises that they gave me in physical therapy this morning while I'm experiencing pain, because that's what's supposed to help. And I talk a little bit more about those. I'm going to share what I was given as a resource in the Endo Warrior Goddess community. So don't forget to check out the information in the description below if that interests you. And then during my meditation, this was the most transformational part for me this morning. So during my meditation, I had this download come over me, and it kind of flipped my mindset around the pain that I was experiencing. And I honestly feel a little bit better since this revelation. And the download that I got, it kind of said to me, you can't change the experience of pain. There's nothing that you can do to stop and change that experience of the pain that you have. But you can change your mindset, and you can change how you react to that pain, right? So I've been resistant to it, and I've been, saying, stop pain, stop pain, stop pain. I don't want you to be here. Go away, pain. Go away, pain. I don't like you. This sucks. This is awful. This is terrible. I don't feel good. And that energy around that is making it manifest bigger than it is, right? So it's all that my mind is consuming and thinking about. So my mind said, okay, shift the way that you're thinking about this pain. Welcome it in and surrender to this sense of pain. You can't make the pain go away. Painkillers don't work for my body in that way. So I can't make the pain go away. There's nothing I can do to stop that pain, but I can soften to it and surrender to it and welcome it in, and just understand that it's here, not forever. It's not here to stay, but it's here for now. And right now, all I can do while it is here is to just surrender, to be calm, to breathe through it, and just allow it to be what it is and honor my body in that way. So not beating myself up over the fact that I have this pain, and not feeling bad that I can't get things done. I kind of had this shift that I can do whatever I need to do to be able to get something done, whether that is that I need to rest first and then come back and get back on things in a little bit, or if I need to change my work setup, if I need to go lay on the couch with a lunch tray for my laptop, then I can do that. But just honoring what my body needs to be able to get something done, and just trying not to let that make me feel useless, which is huge when it comes to self-compassion. So little mindset tip and trick for you there. It might not work for everyone, and it might not work on the first try, so keep going. I've got you. I don't know. I'll keep you posted as the days continue to go on. I am going to close out this video here. I forgot to continue filming the rest of the days of my third period after endo surgery, but This cycle was just ultimately painful, and I can't say it was more or less painful than before. It's just a different kind of pain. It's weird. Again, I don't want anyone to think that I regret having my endometriosis surgery done at all whatsoever, because I absolutely do not. Having a diagnosis, in my opinion, has been such an empowering experience, and I wish that upon anyone who is seeking that for themselves. So don't mistake this again ever to think that I regret my endometriosis surgery at all, because I definitely do not. Look at Zara with her ball. But what it does mean is that this is my experience, and my experience has been a painful one from before my surgery and after my surgery, and that's just part of my journey. I don't know what or why that is part of my journey. Maybe it is to share and document it here with you. But that's what I'm going through. That's my experience. Everyone has a different experience. I know people who had endometriosis surgery and they're still healed up and feeling no pain 5-10 years later, and that's amazing for those people. I love that. I applaud you. I applaud them and their surgeons. And I'm not discrediting my surgeon at all either. My experience is that I'm still having some pain. So keeping up with my treatment plans. I'm getting into some new things, so stay tuned. I'm going to document my experience with some new treatment options, sans hormones. So I'm looking forward to that, and I hope that you are too. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. Turn on the bell so you get notifications for when the new videos pop up on my channel. Again, I post videos 3 times a week, so I can't wait to see you in the next video. That is all I have for you today, my friends. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Happy healing. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Join our Endo Warrior Goddess community by clicking the link in the description. And as always, I'll be back every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday with more content.